Hey everyone, Scott Zambelli here with Bardstone Publishing, also with Team Titans Real Estate right there. So if you need a realtor, you know where to find me, especially if you're in Michigan. I service southeast Michigan area, but no matter where you are, give me a call. I will gladly give you a referral to, we got a great relocation department that has a network of agents all over the country. So 586-232-5144 is that number. But let's get to the fun stuff here. Instead of watching boring election results and all that, which I don't think we're going to know results for a few days anyways, let's talk Crimson Shadows. Issue 4 is currently up on Kickstarter. And if you're not familiar with the Crimson universe there, we've got this story. It takes Jack the Ripper, real life events of the Jack the Ripper case, also known as the Whitechapel murders. It takes the real historical people, facts, dates, events surrounding it, and even side stories, things that I found in newspaper articles from the time that was going on, merge those real historical events together, but put them into our Crimson Monster universe here, where we've got characters like Frankenstein, which the hardcore enthusiasts will say, but Frankenstein didn't have a name. Well, Victor Frankenstein, which we cover in our novel here, the original novel is Mary Shelley's version. We've got the full novel, the original novel in here. But what we do is I illustrated the each chapter, but also I did a prologue and epilogue that I wrote, narrated by our Crimson Universe version of Dracula, where he talks through the narrates, I should say, through the prologue and epilogue, how the original novel ties into the Crimson verse. We do the same thing with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I did the illustration work there. Through the prologue and epilogue, Dracula fills in the details that you need to know on how it ties in. So our Crimson Universe books are the continuation of those monsters that as originally written. So when you read the original novel, The Monster, or Creation as it's called, he does view Victor Frankenstein as a father figure, his creator. And Frankenstein's the monster or creation is very well read, and he ponders a lot of deep theological questions. He really likes Milton's Paradise Lost, and he questions his existence a lot and stuff like that. And he refers to himself as Adam. Not directly. He doesn't give himself the name Adam in the original novel, but he references how Adam is the first man and he is the first of his creation, of his kind. And so in our version, after this takes place like 100 years later, he's come to terms with who his creator was and his place in creation. And so he has given himself the name Adam Frankenstein. So that's how our version of Frankenstein is. And then we've also got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. We've got, of course, Jack the Ripper, Dracula. We have Sherlock Holmes. In real life, the police, they were being stumped by Jack the Ripper. There were some taunting letters that Jack the Ripper had sent. One is called the Dear Boss letter. And he sends them, and he gives himself the name Jack the Ripper. Well, the authorities reach out to Scotland Yard and ask for help to get them over, to help them find who the Whitechapel murderer is. And we use that real life event to bring Sherlock Holmes onto the case. So Sherlock Holmes and Watson are hot on the tail of our hero / villain, Julius Resnick. Now, Julius, he's having these visions and dreams that keep happening, and they're terrifying events that he's seeing in these visions and dreams. And I'll give you a peek at one of those pages here. This is a dream sequence he's having there where some bad things happen there. And as the details of the Whitechapel murders come out, he's realizing his visions match up with the details of those murders. So Julius doesn't know if he's going crazy or is he himself the Whitechapel murderer also known as Jack the Ripper. So with Sherlock Holmes hot on his tails and him trying to figure out answers, he comes in and discovers this deeper, dark world that is far more than what he ever envisioned amongst the world of humans as he knew it. He was oblivious to this underworld of vampires and werewolves and creatures like undead creatures like zombies or mummies, or even Frankenstein, who's made up of multiple bodies. So we have this tale I'm telling. Issues 1 through 4 are now, well, issues 1 through 3 are out. Issue 4 is what this Kickstarter is for. So if you haven't gotten these before, you can get these past issues as add-ons. I think I still have a starter pack available. I'll double check that. The story arc of issues 1 through 4 creates our first act of the story. The way I'm mapping this out, it's going to be about 12 issues for the initial story arc. So issues 1 through 4 is that first act, and it comes to a really strong conclusion here for that arc. Issue 5, which I'll start working on once we're done with these, is going into the second act of this storyline. So there's a lot of great content I have planned down the road as this unfolds. Our character, as he tries to save himself and more importantly, save his soul from all of these monsters and creatures who are after him. It's going to take him across Europe. We're going to have other characters like Phantom of the Opera, Hunchback of Notre Dame. They're going to be passing through areas like that. The original college that Dr. Frankenstein attended, that's also where the Illuminati were created. So we're going to find them. They're going to become a secret society that becomes part of the journey as well. So I have this overarching story, I should say, mapped out. Dracula is our main nemesis. He has a master plan that he is unfolding, and Julius plays a part in that. And it's why Dracula is pursuing him and wants him. He needs Julius for a larger plot that will be uncovered down the road. Through these epilogues and prologues of the books, the novels, I give little hints of that, because since Dracula is talking, I uncover a little bit more of his backstory through his tauntings and narrations that he gives. So it's been a lot of fun to write, and I'm looking forward to where this goes. But let's look at this Kickstarter. I posted the link here. I'll do it again in the comments. It's in the original post. We are at almost $3,100. So we're just about $400 away from unlocking our 5th stretch goal. Every time we hit a stretch goal, another free prize goes into all rewards of $25 or more. So if right now you're under $25 in rewards, not counting shipping for that total, if you're under 25, pick an add-on to throw on there so you can qualify. Right now, we have 4 stretch goals unlocked. That's $13 in free rewards for all orders of 25 or more. If we hit 3,500, that's going to get us $18 of free rewards. So it's a really good deal. And stretch goals are a way for me to, as a thank you for all of you who've jumped in early on this project. So we just watched the video that's on here. We have 50 hours to go, but don't wait for the 50 hours. We want to, because the more momentum this can build early on here if we can get this going tonight and tomorrow morning, it helps more and more people see it, and then they can make this decision to jump on board or not. Another thing is that while this is horror, I try to keep this to, I would say, a PG-13 rating is probably what it is. It is following real murder cases of, the Jack the Ripper case and details like that. But I definitely don't get too graphic. There's a couple of scenes where I strategically place shadows and stuff to cover things up. I try not to get overly graphic. But at the same time, I want it to be a real quality story. A lot of things, and I'm not saying this as a criticism, so if you're one of those creators with this, please don't take it as criticism. But a lot of Kickstarters I notice who do really, really well, they rely on, they have amazing covers. It's a lot of very risque cover art, and it's very easy for people to just buy the comic books for the cover art and never read the story inside. I try not to get into it. The most risque I get is the cover I have for my unlimited cover here, just to show you right here. That's probably the most risque I get in the series. I focus on the story and character building. I want this to be a real quality product for everyone. And so if you're looking for the naughty and nice covers and stuff, we don't do those for our Kickstarters. That's about as risque as I get there. Victim of Dracula being held captive as he enters the room. So since I'm down here, I might as well focus on this. But what we do have is covers. We don't have, some projects have like 15 different covers, which I'll love if I can get to the point where I can do that many covers for a project. But right now we just have 6. But hey, you know what? We want to also make it realistic for the average collector to try to get all 6 of them. So I'll go through these really fast. We've got the unlimited cover here, which is showing the victim of Dracula here being held captive. Those are the unlimited editions, the regular editions, whatever you want to call them, are the most. They have the highest print run of all the covers, and we reserve the right if should we ever do second print runs down the road or anything, we could reuse those covers. These other covers are limited quantity covers where we won't use them in print runs again. We might make some changes for special, like if we do a trade that collects all 4 issues, we might do something special with them like that. But for the most part, these are just one-shot covers for the issues. So we've got here our ultra limited edition. It'll be about 50 prints. If more are ordered, then the print run will be whatever is ordered through the Kickstarter. But these will be printed on a metal cover, and they look really, really sharp, the metal covers. So if you're not familiar with those, the cover itself will be metal, but the inside is the same story on the inside. Same with all these. These are variant covers. So if you're not familiar with those, they're not different comic books you're getting, just different covers on each comic. One thing we also do with, if you buy just the limited editions, you get the unlimited edition with it, so you can keep the limited edition mint and read the unlimited edition. We've got Kevin Meinert's limited edition. That'll be a minimum of 75 printed. We've got the homage cover, as I'm calling it. This pays tribute to Lee Elias's Chamber of Chills number 19. I believe it was 1953, I think, that it was printed originally. It's a classic horror comic book cover, or iconic even comic book cover. This is my take on it, using the concept that he created for that of looking through the wine glass there. I've had a really good response on this one, so I created that one. We've got Brett Pinson's limited edition cover here, paying homage to Friday the 13th. Jason's mask. There's a movie poster that's got the knife through Jason's mask. Brett came up with that design here using our Plague Doctors, which ties into Kevin's here. As you can see, he is not having a good day. Then we also have a foil edition. It's a red metallic foil that will be on for all the blood spatter and along with the crimson part of the Crimson Shadows logo. And then the rest of the artwork is in grayscale, so that red will really pop. That'll be limited to 50 copies, or whatever the print run, whatever the order size is for Kickstarter. So if we get 65 orders, the print run will be 65, but probably 50. Then we have this. These are for the ultra rare collector. These are the rare curiosities, I'm calling them. They are a one-of-one print run. Only one will ever be printed. It's a gold monochromatic metal cover. It will be printed on the cover saying one of one, and we will never run these gold ones again. 2 of them are sold. There's 3 left. These are $99 each. And those, you'll want to grab those. You can only get them through the add-on menu. So you order whatever reward package you want. In the add-ons, you select this. First come, first serve. So if you like highly collectible, you can do that. We have the digital edition for people who just like the digital copies. Then we got the individual copies where you get the digital edition with it. Once again, if you want, you can read the digital and keep your physical copy unread to keep it as mint as possible. But I'm going to say I highly recommend reading the interiors first, because with storytelling, I plan the placement of the panels based upon the page turn. So if there's something really exciting that's going to be revealed, I put it on the second page. So the reveal is when you turn the page and stuff. So I'm formatting the flow of the story with the reader in mind, a physical reader. The digital is just as good. It's still good. It's still, very convenient, but the way you scroll through, it's a little different experience. These are the homage and the limited editions here. You see there, you get the digital and the unlimited with it. You save a lot of money when you start packaging them this way. The foil edition, the metal edition. If you want all 6 covers, it's $100, but it saves you $27 from buying these all individually. So you get all 6 covers, you get your name on the thank you page, you get the digital edition of issue 4, and this is for the collectors out there. It's a fun package to get. If you are somebody, if you have a comic book shop, or you just want to have 100 copies of your own with your own custom cover, for $1,000, I will draw a custom cover for you. It'll be 100 copies printed. It'll be printed on the cover, 1 of 100, 2 of 100, 3 of 100. It'll also have your company logo, so comic shop ABC logo exclusive, and I will do the artwork for no added charge. If you have your own artists you would like to use, I will gladly coordinate with them. You can hire another artist separate. As I said, the 1,000, this covers the whole package. I'm throwing my artwork in for free as a thank you, but you are welcome to use any artist you want. I will work with them to, so they know the designs of our characters and stuff and the templates for our cover so that they can do it. So, and if you want a specialized cover, like an upgraded cover or more than 100 copies, we can do that too. There will be an added charge for anything above 100. So if you want 1,000 copies, you can do that. You just have to, coordinate it with me. Then we got our add-on menus. This is where everything that Bardstone has available will be on here. So if you've not gotten issues 1 through 3, you can pick which covers you want here. Issue 2. Some of these are very limited quantities and are almost sold out. So there is a limit on some of them. Another thing I did is I'm doing a sale price for the limited editions for issue 2 and 3, because we had such a large number of people buy the original unlimited cover. I wanted to give an incentive for people or to, if they want to add extra covers to their collection, just to keep in nice condition. So I marked these down to help encourage people to, get those second covers, third covers, so that you can, pack them away, maybe go get them graded, slabbed, and help them become worth something down the road. Same with issue 3. You can see all the different covers we have there. And then issue 4, if you want extra copies than what your package has, you can add extra copies there. We have our Wretched Realm series. That's an anthology series, but one thing I'll tell you is there is a character introduced in Crimson Shadows. He's a bounty hunter. He is also, Wretched Realms is his reveal of that character in his younger years. So there's that. We got Emmanuel, God with Us. That's a Bible-inspired comic series I'm doing. Issue 1 is out. Issue 2, I hope to be working on this next year. Legion of Justice is for HB Comics. I was the colorist for this book. and I have copies of those available as well. Last but not least, our novels for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. We have hardcover and softcover. We have enamel pins, stickers. We have some Poe series stuff left. Very limited items there. And then our stretch goals. So there you have it. Just wanted to highlight all of those things for everybody. Our project's been going great. I really appreciate the 61 backers here who have taken part in this. Let's get another $400 in so we can do that. When you go to this page, you can either copy the link or see down here. These are how you can share the links. If you click this little arrow here, it pops up with the link that you can copy and then paste into wherever you want. So it's very easy to do. Check it out. As far as the project itself goes, we've got probably about 80 to 90% of the book is finished with the inks. About 25% is done with the colors. So we're moving along really well, and this will definitely be done on time. We put a April delivery date, but we're really targeting February. That's our hope. But we put April just to give us a buffer in case there's unexpected supply chain issues that come up. So once again, I'm going to post in the comments the link. Also in the original header for the post. If you don't remember, just remember bardstone.com. If you're talking to someone, just say bardstone.com. We have links posted on the website. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate the support. You guys rock. Let's get this. I want a minimum of 80 backers. We need 19 more. We have a huge number of people watching the project. There's like 40 or 50 people who are watching that haven't bid yet. So we really do have a chance at a nice surge here during the last 48 hours to get us up to $4,500. So that's really where I want us to be, because if we hit that mark, we can really start making things really nice for the next Kickstarter as well. So take care, guys. God bless.